Okay, this is one that I did learn in my devotion, just not today. I learned this one quite a while ago, and I just thought I wanted to explain why one of our playlists is called Puzzle Pieces. So we had, I had basically something in a devotion a while back when I was hanging out with a bunch of guys. We were fellowshipping, and we started noticing that when we would have a devotion, we'd be walking in the Spirit, we would be seeking the Lord, we would be reading every day, and he would tell us things during our devotion. And I'm not saying like crazy revelations like, this will happen at this time. And no, I'm just saying simple things like, you probably should be doing this. You probably should be serving. You probably should be doing, one thing or another. And we found that when we got the puzzle pieces, we started calling them puzzle pieces because it was like a puzzle where God would show us something in what we were reading. And then we go and talk to another brother and they got another piece of it, but not the exact same piece. There was a little overlap, but not exactly the same. And the more we had fellowship with one another, and the more we stayed in the Word and basically told one another, shared with one another what we were being told, it worked in two different ways. Firstly, it would act as confirmation, because when you go and you listen to other brothers' puzzle pieces, and it's the exact same thing you were told, but they read it maybe in a different place in the Bible, and God has been putting that on their heart, and there's a bunch of people that are seeking the Lord and getting the same message. It's confirmation. It's this verification, because it's all coming from the same source. It's all coming from the same Spirit. So you can kind of identify who those people are that are of the same Spirit through the validation of having them, God speaking to you exactly the same way that He's speaking to them. And also, they're not exactly the same. So they overlap partially, but there's also different aspects. So it's, once you start putting them together, this image starts emerging out of there, and it's really cool when it happens, which is why fellowship is so important. And I had years and years where I walked away from the church and I said, you know what, there's corruption, there's people are going for money, people are doing this and that, or there's, people are persecuting other people and talking bad about them and arguing and fighting and all this stuff. But that was, for many years, I had no fellowship. And that was the worst thing, because I had all these incomplete pieces. You go and have your devotion, and God had meant for us to have fellowship one with another. Iron sharpens iron, and we minister one to another. It's where two or more are gathered, there I am in your midst. So, started getting back together with my brothers and fellowshipping again, started really being blessed through that. And so I would really encourage you to have that koinonia, have that fellowship, and anybody God brings to you. And if you don't have anybody, pray that God will bring you somebody. He will, absolutely, because that's His will. And if you pray anything in His will, something He wants, you pray for it, it'll happen, because His will be done. So that's what puzzle pieces are. So each one of these little videos that Josh and I do, they are little puzzle pieces, just things we're taught in our daily devotions. And maybe God's speaking to you the same way. Maybe it fills in a part of a picture that God's been building for you, and maybe it's just not the right time for you. So, find your fellowship and go with God. Bless you.